My name is Tamer Nassar. I'm with Agile International. For those of you who sat with me before a meeting, you know that I tend to race when I speak. And my mind is always racing ahead when it comes to this project. There's so much to be said about it. And it seems like there's always just so little time. So I will try to exercise restraint today so that everyone can understand what I'm saying. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces with us here today, both from the public and from the private sector. People who've helped us shape and define this project for the last 18 months that we've been developing it. Thank you all for being with us. I hope you enjoyed the video. Its purpose was to give you a broad overview of the Red Sea project as it stands today, our vision for it. But I think it's equally important for you to understand how we got here. New Nile Code is very unique in the sense that it's brought together an incredible array of disciplines in order to realize it. Amongst the team members, we have agriculturalists, environmentalists, physicists, hydrologists, architects, mechanical, electrical, and chemical engineers, business and financial analysts, and of course my personal favorite, lawyers. No prizes for guessing what I used to do in my previous life. In all, there were 6 teams in 9 cities, 5 countries, and 4 countries. Sorry, 4 continents. It's a truly international undertaking. The site identification, assessment, and selection process alone took us 9 months. Together with the Agricultural Research Center, with whom we have a long-term cooperation agreement, we searched for sites all over the country based upon an extensive list of criteria, which included technical matters such as elevation, topography, meteorological conditions, water and soil salinity, and practical considerations such as proximity to sea, existing infrastructure, and labor force. We also had to pay particular attention to ensure that our project did not interfere with other current and planned uses for the site, including, of course, tourism development. Eventually, based upon this extensive list of criteria, we selected Site 2, which you see here, as being the most likely to succeed. This is the site as it looks today. Other than some neighboring oil and gas gathering facilities, there is no notable oil and gas activity. There are no wind projects earmarked for that area due to a migratory bird route. And the government Zaid mountain chain largely precludes any major tourism development in the area. Having selected the site for the Red Sea project, we spent the next 3 months studying it and then planning and designing our seawater rivers, the lifeblood of our project. These seawater rivers enable us to develop an area allocation plan, which you see here, determining the size and allocation of the project's production and processing facilities as well as the existing infrastructure. What resulted from this extensive exercise was a project with a phase 1 investment value of approximately $250 million and a total investment value of $550 million. This is, of course, a significant size of land. Bear in mind that we're talking about 20,000 hectares, which is approximately 47,000 foot depth, just for phase 1 alone. Phase 2 is another 30,000 hectares, which is approximately 70,000 foot depth. So it's clearly a sizable project. Having said that, it's not overwhelming in size when compared to other agriculture and aquaculture projects in Africa and around the world. So for example, our seawater rivers, our aquaculture component in phase 1 is approximately 3,000 hectares, which is just 10% of existing shrimp farms in Guayaquil, which is 30,000 hectares. So we're thinking big, but perhaps not as big as existing facilities in other parts of the world. Notably, the Red Sea project will be vertically integrated, producing finished products and not raw goods. All infrastructure, production, and processing facilities will be located on site, thus ensuring maximum value capture and employment creation. So where are we now? We spent, as I said, the last 18 months conducting our pre-feasibility study, ensuring that we have a comprehensive and accurate business plan and proposal to the government. That's now complete. The next big step will be to arrive at a common understanding with the Egyptian government with respect to the preliminary land allocation. The ad hoc IT guys. So the next big step will be to arrive at a common understanding with the Egyptian government with respect to the preliminary land allocation, which will allow us to open up our coffers and proceed with the extensive and costly feasibility study, which will also include a 200-hectare ISIS, pilot ISIS. All things being equal, we estimate that we should be in operation by the end of 2014. So this is a great project, it's exceptional, and perhaps some of you are wondering what does it have to do with the AUC? This is a busy slide, I know, and I apologize. I know it's, our marketing director called it death by PowerPoint. I don't expect you to read all of it. You can study it. Perhaps there's another one in the gallery in the back. You can study it at your leisure. What we're showing here is that there's an incredible number of synergies which exist between NUNACO's activities and the areas of study at the AUC schools and departments. This forms the basis of our MOU with the AUC. We've already established solid working relationships with the School of Business, the School of Sciences and Engineering, and the Desert Development Center, and we hope to build upon that. Accordingly, our MOU is with the AUC as a whole, and not just with a particular school. So how do these synergies translate into a working relationship? What's in it for each of the parties? The AUC, which is the premier, the region's premier center of academic excellence and home to the Desert Development Center, will be able to acquire first-hand knowledge about ISIS technologies for both students and faculty alike. Seawater agriculture for a region that can certainly benefit from it. Moreover, the AUC will be afforded an opportunity to provide internships and training to its students in a project which is cutting edge and truly international in scope. For NUNACO, we will be provided access to research resources, access to expertise in various disciplines, and of course access to some of Egypt's brightest and best educated talent. But this is just more than just words. It's more than just a paper being signed. We've already put our relationship in practice for the last 8 months. In the last 8 months alone, we've done quite a bit. We've conducted joint site visits to the Red Sea site along the Red Sea. We've had access to research resources at the AUC. We've already completed 2 internships at our offices here in Cairo, and there's one ongoing, and we hope to build upon that and have international internships later on. We're already collaborating with faculty here on commercial technical matters, and we're about to engage in a due diligence exercise to have an initial discovery facility. This is an ISIS demonstration facility at the Aduna field station. This is the School of Sciences and Engineering field station in Aduna. And we actually have 6 people, including myself and Dr. Carl, flying out this weekend to spend several days there to commence this due diligence exercise. And last but not least, we've also submitted jointly submitted a proposal to the United States Trade and Development Agency with the AUC, working together with the School of Science and Engineering, School of Business, and the Desert Development Center, with respect to a grant which we're seeking from USDA to conduct a feasibility study for biodigesters, a new biodigester company in Egypt. So in the 8 months we've been talking, since we first met, first shook hands, we've done an incredible amount of work together. But you don't need to ask me about how this relationship works. You can ask our ambassadors. Ambassadors like Farida Kamil, who's hiding behind the pillar over there. And she's an AUC intern who's working with us now. Ambassadors like Yara Zahabi, who's also sitting with us here, and Nana Rabi. Or ambassadors from the faculty, such as Dr. Richard Tutwiler, pictured here during one of the site visits. Dr. Steve Everhart, Associate Dean of the School of Business, who's been incredibly supportive to us on all fronts. Or Dr. Justin Grubich, who's sitting here in the second row, and who more often than not is able to describe ISIS much better than we can. We're actually, Carl's been exchanging emails with him to see if he can put what he says in writing. So please, feel free to ask them about how this relationship translates into the real world. And last but not least, I'd like to show you our website, which we came online today, which features everything we're doing. You can learn more about the team, about the project itself, about the technologies, in both Arabic and in English. Thank you.